1580 103.3 WPKY, and it's Coffee Talk with Tess and Ty, and I will tell you, I love it when a pepper shows up. How about that? We were just talking about maybe a little bit about Eli Pepper. Of course, Jake Pepper's in the house this morning, though. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having
me. How are
you?
I'm
good. How are you?
I bet you don't get away from that very often, do you?
No.
It's like he can go across the pond and still, it's all about Eli.
That's right. That's all right, though. I'll accept it gladly.
Hey, I will tell you, though, you've got something pretty big going on yourself there, mister. Well, at least I think it is. It's called the Season of Giving, and I wanted to make sure I asked him to write it. I wrote this down, and then to make sure that I got it. You're the assistant vice president and branch manager for Planters Bank, correct?
Yes, ma'am. That's right.
And you guys are doing, I love this idea, the whole thing. It's called the Season of Giving, and that's supporting all the local charities right here in our area, right?
That's correct. Yes, we've been doing Season of Giving maybe longer than I've been at the bank, but I'm going on my 7th year at the bank, and each year we select a different charity in our respective markets that we will basically take the proceeds from Season of Giving, and that will go 100% of the proceeds go to that charity. We don't keep a penny, so all of it. And I'll explain in a little bit how you can give. But this year we selected Feeding God's Children. It's a backpack food program for our youth right here in Caldwell County. My contact there is Miss Joni Phelps at the Extension Office at UK.
She's wonderful.
Yes. So she's been great to deal with, and each year this is by far the most my most favorite thing that I get to do at the bank, because we pick the charity. We always pick one right here in Caldwell County. So all your funds are going to go directly to that charity, and it's really kind of gave me a view of what these charities do in our community, and you sometimes don't realize the impact that they have in a town like ours. So very excited. It started actually 2 weeks ago. Season of Giving did, and it goes through December 31st. So we've got a few months here to make as much money as we possibly can.
Well, and some people say, it's just the holidays that they ramp up for. And I don't think that that's true, because what a lot of people don't realize is, during the summer, if you want to get a little work on a farm, or it's something like that, seasonal work.
Right.
It's a little easier to do than when it gets cold and the crops are gone.
Yep.
You're not picking anymore.
That's right.
So you're not necessarily mowing yards anymore. There's a lot of those odd jobs that we can get during the summer that you can't necessarily get during the winter.
Right.
So that's where a lot of people do need assistance. And I was surprised. I don't know about you, but I've been surprised recently about the number of kids that actually were hungry and that needed the assistance badly.
Yeah, I know we looked up some statistics about it, and I think it said 1 in 5 kids in the state of Kentucky are victims of food insecurity, which is it's mind-boggling, to be honest with you. I think that a lot of us, we don't think about where our next meal comes from, and there's a lot of kids out there right here that are our neighbors that don't know when their next meal is going to come. So programs like this, last year we did King's Kitchen, which is another great program. If I remember right, we did over a couple $1,000s that we donated to them through this same Season of Giving campaign. So for the Feeding God Children, it's kind of the same deal. It's all the money's going to go to them, and they're going to basically disperse that into the food that they are able to load in those backpacks and give to those kids that need the meals.
So. Well, if you're helping the people right here in the area.
That's right.
So when you do this, you're helping your neighbors, whether you know it or not. I bet you there is somebody in your neighborhood that can use this and that needs this, and you don't even realize it. Maybe they're in your church and they're too embarrassed to say something, but they're out there and they're there. They go to school with your kids.
Yep.
So, that's one thing I like about this. Now, I think this is pretty cool. Donating $1 for each like and favorite on featured posts.
That's right. So the way it works is on social media. You can follow all of it's through Planters Bank. So it's Planters Bank on Instagram, Facebook, and on Twitter. You can follow our pages. Anytime they post about the Season of Giving, if you just hit the like button, say on Facebook, it's an automatic $1. And if you share the post, it's automatic $2.
Oh, wow.
So I said the other day, I made a post on Facebook, like literally takes 15 seconds, and $2 goes to this charity. So
and retweet too. I guess
yes, and retweets on Twitter. If they put it on Facebook, which I think they do, it's a like or a share, or you can hit the like button or even share it that way. So super simple for people who may not want to come in and buy the product. that we are selling. And that's the cool thing about Season of Giving, too, is each year we select a different product that we might sell for you to come by. So, and I guess if you want me to talk about that, we've got Krusty's cornbread from Continental Mills, which is actually made locally or local to Western
Love
Kentucky.
That.
You can buy that. And then we have a cinnamon, let's see here, I gotta make sure I got the name right, a cinnamon spice whipped honey that is from Barkley Hills, which is out of Katie's. And then we have a bourbon garlic smoked sea salt. I've tried all three. They're all three phenomenal, and they'd be great, if you wanted for Thanksgiving or Christmas gifts. The cornbread and the honey are $10, and then the sea salt is $10 by itself. But like I said, the $10, every penny goes to, in this case, Feeding God's Children. So we would love for you to stop in and see us at the branch here in Princeton, and we would sell. We've got plenty to sell. We've got plenty of products sitting in the bank. So we're trying to get rid of it all. And we would love for you to come see us.
David Brown's in the house as well, and I told him, I said, since he's such a grill master, he needs to take that sea salt. That sure would make me a good snack if he would.
Yes.
But I'll tell you, these are really great products as well.
That's right.
I mean, you get the benefit of feeding God's children and helping out that way, and then you also get the products yourself. And what great gifts they would make too.
Yes. So if you have any questions, you can always get in touch with me or stop in at the bank, and we'd be glad to explain if you missed something on how the program works. But like I said, it's the most exciting thing that I do each year because it impacts directly right here in Caldwell County, and I'm always excited kind of at the end of it to see what the final dollar amount is.
Oh, I bet.
And then in early January we'll present the check to Joni and the rest of the crew that help with Feeding God's Children. So just be on the lookout for social media posts. And
I will say, I saw it over the weekend.
Yeah.
I saw it over the weekend, and it literally takes 1 second to make a buck.
That's right.
And hit like. You're thumbing through those anyway. You're flying right through them.
Right.
It takes no time at all to hit a like.
Yeah, so just for instance, I checked last night, the main post on our page for our charity, the Feeding God's Children, it had 165 shares last night. So if you think about it, that's over $300 because it's $2 a share.
Wow.
Easily. And it just started last week. So
right there. A lot of people like to have little pet projects and that sort of thing during this time of the year. Mm-hmm. It's really good to get the kids involved.
Yeah.
And how easy would that be?
Oh, I know.
If you want to have some kind of a fundraiser, just start sharing it. Put it on your Facebook page, and then, see how many shares you can get off of yours or retweets. Yeah. So, I mean, really and truly, you can have a lot of fun with that and really never leave your couch.
Yeah, the power of social media, it's so, those shares, each one, how many other people it might reach. So that's the cool thing about it. I mean, we're reaching people not even in Caldwell County and that are hitting like and share, that are actually donating money right back to our community that may not even realize it. So,
I think that's cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. And so the product too is, it's very, very good. I'll just be honest with you, and I hope that anybody
that honey, I'm not gonna lie. This stuff. Don't get me wrong. The cornbread, that sounds good too, because I like the thought of the honey with the cornbread.
Right.
But this Senna Spice whipped honey, I want to smell this so bad. If it wasn't a sealed jar, I would be sniffing it right now and sticking my finger in it. That's why it's sealed.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, that looks so good. Mm-hmm. It's got a caramely color to it, and it just really, that's going to be so good. And that sea salt, if you've never had like a flavored sea salt on anything, that's something, and they're good size to stick in somebody's stocking.
Yeah, perfect. That'd be perfect.
Hey, for $20, you can have really good.
For $20, you can get it all. For $10, you can get either the sea salt or you can get the honey and the cornbread. So
there you go.
$20. So a lot of us spend that in our sleep, so come in and see us, and we'll sell you plenty of product, and we'd be glad to. It all stays, like I keep saying, 100%. So we keep zero proceeds. 100% goes directly to the charity.
Well, Jake Pepper, we sure do appreciate it, and I did. I picked on him a little bit when he first came in here, but that's okay. But we sure do appreciate all that you're doing, and planners, and everything that is going right back to the community.
Yes.
Whether anybody tells you or not, we appreciate you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Because that's something that that really benefits the kids right here in our community.
It does. It's very important, and there's nothing better than getting behind these charities that really help and give back to our community. So
give them a phone number if they've got any questions on anything, where they can get it, where they can pick this stuff up at, and give them a phone number.
Yeah, so our branch is located here in Princeton. It's 208 North Jefferson Street. We're located between Adsmore and the police department, so you can find us easily there. Just come in, or you can call our office. It's 270-365-1820, and you can ask to speak with me, or any of the staff there can also answer any of your questions about the Season of Giving campaign. So we would love to hear from you. Love to see you stop in. Just come in and see the branch, and we'll get you some products sold and go to charity.
Well, Ty is going to be so mad that he missed you today, but I'm glad that I got to say.
I saw him in the parking lot.
Oh,
yeah.
did you?
Yeah.
Well, thanks again. It's Mr. Jake Pepper from Planters Bank, and of course, the Season of Giving is upon us, and it could not be easier for you to help the kids in this community.
That's right.
We sure do appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Stick around for Coffee Talk. Of course, we've got David Brown. I already told you about that. He's roaming around here somewhere. We've got Ty over at Trice Hughes doing a test drive, so stick with us. 1580 103.3 WPKY.
The holidays, time to enjoy with those you love. If you're thinking about new flooring in your home before the holidays, now's the time to stop in at Perry's Floors and More and let them help you find the perfect flooring that will not only add warmth and style to any room in your home, but also flooring that will stand up to the wear and spills of everyday life. Whichever floor you choose will be backed by reputable manufacturers and installed with expert care. See Bill and Lucy at Perry's Floors and More, 127 West Market, Princeton. Call 270-365-9869.
Coming soon in the fall of 2019, a state-of-the-art memory care unit at Princeton Health and Rehab. This unit will have 38 available beds, its own dining and activity areas, which will include a multi-sensory snooze-lint room, a highly therapeutic environment for the purpose of delivering high levels of stimuli to patients with dementia. The highly desirable setting and space will fill up quickly. Please contact Angie Copeland today to secure your place. Call 270-705-0688.
Here's your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast.
Well, it should be a nice day. It's going to be clearing up. Basically, we've pretty well gotten out from under the rain, I think, as far as what we're going to get for this morning. Should turn into cloudy, and then the cloudy should turn into partly cloudy throughout the day. So conditions should just be improving throughout the day. High is 70. Tonight, clear, low 46. Tomorrow, sunshine, high 72. And then on Wednesday, mostly sunny, high 78. Now, your WPKY Weather Edge Futurecast showing slight chance for rain returning on Friday through Friday night. Saturday's high reaching only 61 and an overnight low of 38. So actually, we've got some lower temperatures coming at us, which I don't mind one little bit. I'm not going to fuss about that at all. Hey, it's 56 at 1580 103.3 WPKY.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Bella Marie Boutique. Now with 3 locations, Princeton, Hopkinsville, and now open in Madisonville. Follow Bella Marie on
Life
Instagram
doesn't always
and
go as
Facebook.
planned, and sometimes money is tight when you need it most.
At ABC Finance, we're here for you.
Hi, this is Jody Lamb at the Princeton ABC Finance location,
And this is Todd Morris at the Hopkinsville location.
and we can help you in a pinch, even if your credit is less than perfect.
At ABC Finance, we provide loans up to $15,000 and the individual attention to help you get your finances back on track.
We are locally owned and staffed, and decisions are made quickly, usually within an hour.
No appointment is needed. Walk-ins are welcome.
You can even give us a call, and we will take your application over the phone.
Or you can apply online at abcfinanceonline.com.
And like ABC Finance on Facebook.
ABC Finance in Hopkinsville on Fort Campbell Boulevard next to O'Charlie's, and in Princeton Plaza. ABC Finance. All loans subject to normal credit approval.
Fifteen 103.3 WPKY, Tess and Ty and Coffee Talk. And hey, Tess and Ty is actually on the road, or half of it is anyway. It's over there at Trice Hughes. What kind of vehicle are you in this morning, Mr. Englebright?
I tell you what, Tess, the home team at Trice Hughes has done it again for me today. This is a beautiful excuse me, I'm all choked up over it because it's so beautiful and such a great ride. It's a 2018 Ram extended cab 4x4, and I mean, this baby is sweet. Whether you are traveling down the road for a long ride or just working on the farm, is button. Everything that you need to get your work done on the farm, and there's space in here for plenty of people. Long bed, and check this out. It's decked out in these ultra chrome wheels, so you can look sporty at the same time. You might get a little mud on them, or you might get a little dust on them, but this thing has the ability to get you to the ball game or pull your horse trailer, no problem.
Well, I'll tell you, that's one of the things that we were actually doing. Of course, this is kind of that time when everybody's hauling everything right now, Ty, and you got that's the mulch, it's the hay, it's the straw. You're trying to carry everything around, and that thing sounds like it can do that and carry the cooler and the hot dogs and whatever else you're taking to the tailgate.
It can do that and more, Tess. This 5.7 liter Hemi can get it done. This thing is, like I said, 18, brand new practically. It's got 8,200 miles on it, and you can see it and test drive it for yourself at Trice Hughes out on 91 North in Princeton. The home team has it ready for you. It's going to be parked out front, and if you want a quality vehicle, then give Trice a try because, Tess, this is a vehicle that will last you a long time, and you can probably treat it rough or treat it nice. Everything as far as everything's on the console. You can shift gears on it. It's got cruise control, tilt, master controls. All your little charge stations are in it, and it's a machine. It can be seen at Trice Hughes, 91 North in Princeton.
Well, I tell you what, I think I might just come over there and do a test drive because that sounds like a vehicle that's right there down my alley. So, hey, you save a few miles on that thing for me, will you?
I'll do the best I can, but I'm just going to enjoy it. It's even, we got a little light rain falling out here, and I tell you what, you can be confident when you're in this type of truck. Snow, sleet, rain, if you got to get somewhere, this is the kind of truck you do it. Just pop it into four-wheel drive, and it'll get you where you need to go, Tess.
Well, I love that because, we were just talking about that temperature's getting ready to turn to 38 this week, and you and I were just talking about it's not going to be very long before we, at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, have to start coming in on some of those really cold days with a little ice and a little snow maybe. That wouldn't be really nice to have, is that security on the way to work when it's still dark out.
No doubt about it, and you can do it in luxury and comfort. These Ram trucks are quality vehicles. Inside, you got a nice big console here, and comfortable seating. It's just a nice ride and a safe ride. So you need to stop by and see this beautiful vehicle at Trice Hughes. The home team has done it. Trice Hughes Incorporated, 91 North in Princeton, Tess. Come on by and give this one a try.
Well, you can call Trice and make sure that you get the hometown team working hard for you, 270-896-0753. Now, if they don't have what you're looking for, they're going to find it for you. Check out their inventory with ever leaving the house at TriceHughesGM.com, or you can come out and visit the dealership on Highway 91 North in Princeton. You can visit Ty while he's over there in that gorgeous Ram truck right there. Hey, that thing's got my heart. Trice wants your business, so give Trice a try. It's from 1580 103.3 WPKY. Ty, come on home. We'll see you in a little bit. 1580 103.3 WPKY.
Here's your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast.
Clouds sticking around through mid-morning, then gradually clearing throughout the day with a high near 70. Clear tonight with an overnight low of 46. Tomorrow, sunshine returns with a high of 72. And then on Wednesday, mostly sunny with a high near 78. Again, clouds clearing throughout the day today, high near 70.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Health First Community Health Center.
Need cash fast? Get the money you need. Call ABC Finance now.
Life doesn't always go as planned, and sometimes money is tight when you need it most.
At ABC Finance, we're here for you.
Hi, this is Jody Lamb at the Princeton ABC Finance location,
And this is Todd Morris at the Hopkinsville location.
and we can help you in a pinch, even if your credit is less than perfect.
At ABC Finance, we provide loans up to $15,000 and the individual attention to help you get your finances back on track.
We are locally owned and staffed, and decisions are made quickly, usually within an hour.
No appointment is needed. Walk-ins are welcome.
You can even give us a call, and we will take your application over the phone.
Or you can apply online at abcfinanceonline.com.
And like ABC Finance on Facebook.
ABC Finance in Hopkinsville on Fort Campbell Boulevard next to O'Charlie's and in Princeton Plaza. ABC Finance. All loans subject to normal credit approval.
Well, 1580 103.3 WPKY. Of course, Coffee Talk is on the air. And hey, we've got David Brown in the house for Coffee Talk. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Tess.
I hit the wrong button over there, I guess.
Good morning. I was going to do my Wolfman Jack for you, but I'll stay.
Oh, why? I don't know.
Good
I
morning,
think
all you cats and dogs out there.
I love that. Hey, you've got all. We talked about. I was just talking about how busy Jake has to be with everything he's got going on, and of course, you mentioned he's out there with you at Youth Incorporated too.
He is. Jake serves so many. I mean, he wears so many different hats, but he does his service so well. It's amazing that Planters Bank is so good to us at Youth Incorporated. They're incredible partners within the community, and he just is a great extension of what they do, and I thank God for him, really do. His whole family, the way that they have mingled within the community and helped take care of it it's an asset. And I was, Tess, and if I need to shut up so you can get in something, let me know.
Fine.
But, geez, Miss Ada Lou, Dan, and Lulu over at Trice Hughes, and then you've got Jake and Planters Bank, and there's so many great community spirits that run around and make things happen, and you guys do a great job getting them on and promoting what they do, so thank you for that. But it's a great community with a bunch of incredible people.
I feel like I'm always missing something. I really do. I think as hard as I try, I think there's always something out there that's brand new that I haven't figured out somebody's doing yet, and that's the beauty of this area. It's like we're growing by leaps and bounds, and everything is really starting to really, I about 110 mile an hour.
I know it's got to be that way in your shoes, and that. I was listening on the way in, of course, and do in the mornings. But the Websters at First Christian Church, they're having their installment. I had an opportunity to meet Jonathan and Donna and Miss Martha. Incredible people. I mean, just more assets for the community, ambassadors, and so thank you all for doing that.
Well, I tell you, I was talking about volleyball this morning, and you know how neat it's been to listen to that on the air. And then I almost forgot about, I don't know how, but the soccer tonight. Of course, the big district going on right here at Butler. And I'll tell you, that's a big deal.
Oh, it's a huge deal. And the community needs to come out and support it, especially with it being fall break and several kids being gone or thinking they're on vacation. We need to go and support those kids because they have had an incredible season. And it's time to wrap our arms around them and bring them to the title.
They work so hard.
Yeah.
They really have.
Yeah, they start in the heat.
Kids, whoo! I don't know how they do it because those kids, man, they really. They run so much. I mean, before and after games, during games. I said, I don't think they ever stop running. And I don't see how they do it. I really don't. But those kids are in shape. They work really hard. And if you've never been to one of the soccer games, I'd suggest that you do that because it's really good.
Well, you and I both know as former athletes that really a pat on the back, a good job, I'm proud of you, goes a long way. Now, being there and supporting and cheering is going to take them even further, but they deserve all the accolades that they get, and let's go and root them on.
Hey, soccer's another one of those that I really kind of introduced myself to more. I mean, I'd been there, but I hadn't really gotten into it until this year. And that's one of again, my daughter played volleyball, so I knew a lot about that.
Yeah.
But soccer
great
and I
sport.
got introduced this year, and I thought it was a lot of fun. It
Well,
was a lot more fun than what I was prepared for it to be honest. And it was, I really got into it, David.
It's a great
was all
sport.
worked up.
It's a great sport. My brother-in-law, Brett Goulet, played professional in Germany for 21 years, and so I'm learning with you, if you would. But it's a great sport, full of action. The ball keeps moving. Volleyball, soccer, football. The fall is a great time. Even the middle school softball team. It's a great time. Yeah, the future's bright. The future's real bright.
Well, and here we go. Now, since we've gotten Youth Incorporated in
Right.
here, we cannot not talk about basketball, because that's
Yes.
right around the corner, and sign-ups are here, right, for basketball?
Sign-ups are here, and we fully intend on making this the best season that basketball has ever had. We have, some of the numbers have been down somewhat, if you would, in the past years, just because there's so many options out there. We have specifically tailored this year's basketball program to work in conjunction with the other sports that are taking place, so that we don't take away from a football, a volleyball, a soccer season. And so this year's, we've added new coaches, we've added new staff to try and make things even stronger, better, so that the kids can get top-notch instruction and get the opportunity to play as much as they want and can, so that the season has an impact on them, their development, and their interaction with other kids that are their age.
I'll tell you, I coached last year, and that was one of those things that I was like, yeah, I guess I will if you really need me to moments. Yeah. But I will never forget that, and it was so much fun, and I'm so glad that I did. And if you're a parent and you get the opportunity to volunteer in some way, do that. And whether that's, helping them put the balls up, maybe that's hanging out at practice, maybe it's just making sure that you're at all the games and patting them on the back. Maybe it's running and getting a bottle of water when a kid needs it. But, it is worth it. You will never regret the time that you spend doing that.
None of our programs work without volunteer coaches and volunteer help the way that you and Ty's done it. We've all done it. It's what makes things work so well. And there's always going to be one that's going to have their kid there, and they're going to, I was a ball hog when I was in Little League basketball. I shot every time. I don't even know why anybody wanted to play with me. They should have whipped me. But nevertheless, that it was always, that was where you spent time with your friends. That's where that's where you grow and get to know one another. And especially when the parents get involved, there's another level of getting to know one another. And until the day my dad passed away, kids that he had coached called him and even came by the funeral home to say, I really appreciated what he did. And so it has an impact. It has a generational impact. So thank you. I hope that you'll consider doing it again in the future. And
hey, it was fun though. We didn't win every game, but we had fun. And if you ask the kids, we all had fun. Were we, did we have a huge year for, bringing home the trophies? No, but we had fun and we learned and hey, we had a good time. And at that age, I think if you can instill the love of basketball and the love for the sport, it makes them want to show up to those practices, and it makes them want to run those laps and get the conditioning in.
It does. It
goes deeper, as you said.
It really does.
Go deeper than that.
There's so many layers to what it actually means to the community. It develops discipline amongst those young kids. That has ramifications at the school, because they'll do what they need to do to continue to play it. There's
and those
so
girls, hey, we've got good girls coaches over there too. I mean, Bobby Joe Thatcher does a good job at trying to find some people and put them in the right spots, and he has a knack for kind of knowing where those spots are. And those girls coaches are so good.
Bobby Joe's been a blessing, and in so many ways, we could have 2 shows about him and the impact that he has for our programs. There's so many, Jake that was here earlier, he plays a huge role in all of this. So we're so grateful for the support of everyone within the community. And this is kind of my farewell tour because I'm stepping away in November. But I have no doubt that the beat goes on, and Youth Incorporated will be stronger than ever before.
Well, I guarantee they're going to miss you, but I mean, you go from Youth Incorporated, but man, you still got plenty to do over at the tourism, right?
We've got plenty to do, and hopefully in the near future, we're going to have even more to do. It's about that time. And I certainly leave that up to our legislatures and our representatives to add direction to that. I don't want to interject myself into the mix, but we are ready, we are prepared, and just because nothing is happening seemingly with the tourism or the restaurant tax, if you would, we're still meeting, we're still having an impact. As a matter of fact, we've approved all of the grant applications that were given to us in the second quarter of last year. We've, Miss Carolyn Trom, we've put a pioneer cemetery marker there at Cedar Hill. And
that's a big thing for tourism, believe it or not.
I was shocked because I'm not a cemetery guy or genealogy. I can't sit still that long.
I know what you mean.
We've got a lady in our church, Miss Glenda Gilkey, that does genealogy all of the time, and we have a Brown family genealogy tree that my uncle in Indianapolis did. It's huge. There are people, and we have an incredible genealogy library down here. I've asked them to submit a grant so that we can continue to grow that, but the grants that were submitted to us, we have approved, and we've approached the council about extending some additional funds for us from the transient room tax, that money that we get, to continue to fund some of the nonprofits and some of the tourist activities within the community. And so we're at work. We're at work at doing things, trying to continue to bring people to town and improve the things that are already taking place that do bring people to town.
That's one thing that I wanted to pay attention, make sure that I said something about. Our downtown looks so pretty
Doesn't
with
it
all
though?
the corn and the hay and the flowers, the mums. They have gone all out, and there were so many hands that we need to say thank you to, and I guarantee we'd never know all the names because some of them don't want any recognition for it. They just do it because they love it. But we need, hey, thank you guys so much, and I have no doubt they'll do the same for Christmas.
Well, that's one of the things that I would like to talk about is a Christmas decorating contest that we hope to do in conjunction with the chamber and some of the other organizations within the community, and we'll do more. We'll talk about that the next time with specifics, but that's coming. There's so many people. There are so many people, you and Ty included, Miss Beth, that make this community what it is, and being intimately involved in the framework of it, that I've had that privilege. I'm astonished at what people do to make things better for our community, whether it's the church, whether it's Youth Incorporated, whether it's tourism, economic development, the people at City Hall, the people in county government.
Got a softball league out at City County Park now.
We played in the church when it was brutal.
Yeah.
It was brutal. I hurt every Friday, but those things, it's that spirit. When you get the ball moving, when you get it rolling, there's no shortage of people that love stuff, that want to get involved. And yeah, I have to, and this is not blowing sunshine up your butt. It's not meant to be, but a lot of it takes place right here, where that you guys bring the idea to the marketplace, and somebody says, that's what I want to do, and they get involved, and then somebody else comes alongside. It's the radio station, WPKY, has initiated more than you'll ever even know. So thank you for that.
Yeah, that's great. David, you mentioned we were talking about all the grants, and of course
Yes.
the Optimist Club. We had a very successful Black Patch. Of course, that was we received a tourism grant from the
Yes.
Tourism Commission. So thank you, because I think it really helped enhance what the Optimist Club was able to do this year with Black Patch. But you mentioned the restaurant tax and the transient tax. Where are we as far as the restaurant? I know it comes alive for a little bit, then it gets put on the back burner.
Right.
Is there a certain status of where the restaurant tax is right now? Is that just kind of on the back burner again? Or
I wouldn't really have any new information to share. In talking with the council members and the mayor, it initially we were shooting for fall of 19. Now, I'll certainly have to leave that up to them. If someone would like to sponsor it and bring it to the floor, and us to go through the process of seeing that take place. But I can tell you that we are much, much closer. And the reason that I can tell you that we're much, much closer is like the Optimist Club. We would like to triple that money to make things bigger and better at Black Patch. The other grantees that have made application for the fall and the winter quarters, if you would, we're going to need additional funding to keep those things moving. And as we go through the funding that's available with the transient room tax, they hadn't used that money for a few years, and so we were playing with a $70,000 pot, and we've been trying to hand that out so that organizations can do like the Optimist Club did this year, bigger and better events. You know, Black Patch was a huge hit, and so we want to continue to plug those organizations with the transient room tax money. But for us to step to the next level, we're going to need the restaurant tax money to.
There's got to be additional revenues to get that done.
There has to be an additional revenue stream to bring in bigger artists or make Black Patch bigger and better, you know, whatever the vision of the Optimist Club is. And not only that, but, you know, improve our genealogy library. Not only that, but make SummerSlam bigger, and all of the things that you see go on that bring people to town. We want to be able to help fund what's happening and help them promote it on the radio, promote it in print, in a wider range so that more people will come.
Well, and we've got some talented people in the county that, you know, really and truly, when they step up and with these ideas and with, you know, maybe somebody says, hey, I'm really good at print. Hey, maybe I'm a really good marketer. I can come and help. And, you know, that takes a lot of burden off of it, because then you're having to, you know, pay less money, you know, for somebody else to do it.
Well, I'll give you a perfect example. As a matter of fact, at our last meeting, we had Miss Janie Tomick. She came and presented to us the possible routes for a walking trail. That's always been one of the projects that we wanted to see take place, a walking and bike trail. Well, that's an infrastructure project. It's a huge project. But we are committed to help make that possible. That will bring bicyclists to town. It's an agenda with PAD. It's an agenda in Frankfort as well as Washington, D.C. to connect biking trails across the United States. And we're in the heart of that area. So we are going to come alongside them and help fund feasibility studies, engineering impact studies, to find the best route to connect these trails so that Princeton, Caldwell County becomes a part of it.
And if you're somebody that says, hey, I think I want my and my business or wherever I'm at, I think this, or maybe it's a historical marker, I think this ought to be part of the trail. That needs to be something that's brought up because all of that has to be thought of, right?
It's all that they've been working on this. There are some incredible people on these committees that, it's an honor. It's an honor to come alongside people that have vision, that have dreams, that have waited years and years to see something start rolling, and to be able to come alongside and say, hey, we want to pass some of this money on to you so that we can speed this project. And to watch their faces light up and to know that it's going to have an impact for generations. It's such an honor. And so when we start talking about a restaurant tax or a transient room tax, it's not us trying to gobble up people's money and charge them an extra 3 cents at the restaurant or any of that. What it is giving us the opportunity to funnel money into the organizations and the people that are doing the work. We just want to come alongside them. We're developing a community website, so that people can go to one place.
That was needed, by the way. That's something that I'm so glad when I heard about that.
We're expanding
it. That was
it.
needed.
Yes, it's needed, and it needs to link to you guys and the whole 9 yards. When you start thinking about it, that we could have a one-stop shop so that people could get information. I want to buy a car. Trice Chevrolet, it comes up here. People, we don't have phone books anymore per se, so that if you went there and it linked you to, and connected you with the folks at Trice Hughes or connected you with the radio station, that has impact.
Well, and to be honest, between sports and as an adult, I'm in a bowling league. We do a lot of traveling to tournaments and things like that. When we go,
I lived out in Reno, by the way.
Right,
yes,
right.
The bowling
Well,
capital
what
of
do
the world.
you do? You look up online at what's to do in the community while you're there. You look around at the restaurants and maybe what the people around are saying about them. Where is some place that you just have to stop in? You don't want to waste all of your vacation time trying to find a good spot. You want to go directly to where, somebody said that it is good or, what's available. Well, if we don't have those sites and those places to go to, that's our tourism dollars going down the drain because a neighboring community, hey, they may have a huge one. So we may lose those dollars.
No doubt about it. And we can take advantage of, just for instance, WPKY, we can have a business of the day and we can pay with tourism to say, hey, okay, such and such is going to be business of the day. Everybody go to their website, hit like, write a positive review. You can make those places, you can amplify them in a huge way so that even if somebody's coming here to bowl, but next week you have to go to Louisville, the people that are passing through will say, this place right here has got huge reviews. I want to stop. Mm-hmm. And let's make sure we hit that place on our way there. Right. So the impact we will never truly know, but it is calculable. And we get to see those numbers, and so thank you again for that. That's what we want to do, is bring things together and help promote it.
Well, I think this year we've had a great year, don't you, Ty?
I do. And David, you're recruiting, aren't you, for the tourism board right now? Do you need more members for the board, or have you got people coming off right now?
Yes, we have. Miss Tiffany Massey has joined the tourism board, and she's been an incredible asset. We have 2 openings that the mayor and council will be filling and need to. If someone's interested, please go to City Hall, fill out an application. They have to be a resident of Princeton, an address within the city limits.
Within the city limits.
But other than that, it's please go fill out an application. And go down and fill out an application for an organizational app, even if you're not, so that the mayor, the council, the judge executive can plug you into a committee that's moving and making things happen. They want people to serve.
Well, I think that's awesome. That's how we get things done.
That's how we get it done.
It is. And let me say before, you guys have to go, I don't even know what time it is, if it's time to shut up or not, but thank you for giving me the opportunity to serve at Youth Incorporated. It's one of the most incredible organizations that I've ever had the opportunity to participate in as a young man, to watch it grow, to watch it nosedive, and then watch men and women within the community bring it back to life, and then watch the community get behind it and just pump it to take it further. The electric plant board, we have replaced all of our light poles, all of our lights, all of our electricity is now underground. They're making improvements out there that are not necessarily that noticeable, but are incredible for the future of our park. And the next steps are now possible because of the work that they've done. It's the future's bright. Mm-hmm. Thank you all for all of your help, for giving us the opportunity to share our needs and our successes.
And thank you as well, David. I mean, you've tirelessly worked out there, and again, it's been neat to kind of see it because you're exactly right. You've seen it since you were a kid out there. Your dad coached and watched it. Again, it's been kind of a roller coaster. Yes. But it's amazing when the community gets behind it and, like you said, pumps it up and gets it going. It's really a fun thing to see. So thank you for your efforts, not only there, tourism and everything you're involved in. We certainly appreciate it.
Glad to be a part. Just love Princeton and Caldwell County and just look forward to the future.
Well, it loves you back, Mr. David Brown. Thanks for all that you do and coming in this morning. And, hey, we've had a great coffee talk this morning, and it's good to when you can – kind of leave on a high note and talk about what great things Youth Incorporated is doing and our tourism board, and we sure appreciate all of it.
Thank you again.
Hey, it's Tess and Ty, and stick around. And now, if you've got something that maybe you've got an idea for the tourism board, give them the phone number.
270-625-5054. Text better than calls. And let me return your call, because you'll get mad when I don't answer. But that's my cell. I'll be happy to interact with you. You can call City Hall and talk with Miss Jenny Clark. She's also a part of the board. We'd love to have any and all ideas.
And, of course, if you've got your birthdays or anniversaries for the rest of the week, make sure that you get those into us at WPKYonline@gmail.com.
No doubt.
Or you can check us out on Facebook and message us there. Thanks so much. Stick around. We've got Audrey Lamb up with some news. We got Todd in with sports and your full forecast coming up next on 1580 103.3 WPKY Princeton.
Fox News. I'm Chris Foster. President Trump on Twitter writes about his decision to pull troops from northern Syria. We will fight where it is to our benefit and only fight to win. The move allows the Turkish military to move in against Kurdish fighters, and South Carolina Republican Lindsey Graham says the president's making a mistake.
The Kurds stepped up when nobody else would to fight ISIS. If we abandon them, good luck getting anybody to help America in the future with radical Islam.
He was on Fox and Friends. An attorney for the initial whistleblower claiming President Trump abused his power by asking Ukraine's president to investigate Joe Biden says others have come forward for representation.
In a statement, White House Press Secretary Stephanie Grisham says it doesn't matter how many people decide to call themselves whistleblowers about the same telephone call, a call the president already made public. It doesn't change the fact that he has done nothing wrong.
Fox's Ellison Barber in Washington. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast.
Clouds sticking around through mid-morning, then gradually clearing throughout the day with a high near 70. Clear tonight with an overnight low of 46. Tomorrow, sunshine returns with a high of 72. And then on Wednesday, mostly sunny with a high near 78. Again, clouds clearing throughout the day today, high near 70.
Life is filled with moments. Moments we share with those we love, worry about, and strive to protect the most. At Woodman Life, we provide life insurance and retirement products to help protect you and your family so that you can enjoy all the moments to come.
This is Josh Ray, your local Woodman Life agent. Come see us at 1009 West Main Street or give us a call at 365-6111.
Certain eligibility and age restrictions apply. Woodman of the World Life Insurance Society, Omaha, Nebraska.
Upgrade your commute with Audible. Get 100% ad-free listening anytime, anywhere with the Audible app. Be inspired by Mel Robbins' Take Control of Your Life, Malcolm Gladwell's Talking to Strangers, and Rachel Hollis's Girl Stop Apologizing. Or listen to Stephen King's latest thriller, The Institute, on your commute. Use the app to hear an